Part 3 of how I spent $5,432 on a date and got a restraining order from Beyoncé. So she comes up, she got the hoodie on. I'm like, nigga, what the is you doing? Like, I'm pissed at this point because I know, you know what I'm saying? Nobody has this hoodie on. Nobody has this hoodie on. The hoodie was not sold to the public. So clearly, I already received a cease and desist from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tripping at this point, right? I'm like, what is you doing? And she's like, no one's going to say anything. No one's going to know. Oh my gosh, you're just blowing things out of proportion. Da, 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 da. 2 minutes later, security guard comes up. He's like, hey, this guy over here wants to talk to you, y'all, or whatever. And so as soon as we go over there, he's like, hey, you need to take that off. You need to take that off now. And she's like, no, I'm not taking it off. Why should I have to take it off? And she's like, and the thing is, she was right, but she was wrong. And I knew it was going to be a problem. He's like, hey, you either take it off or we're going to escort you out of here. You know what I'm saying? And when he was like, escort you, he was pointing at both of us. And I was like, I don't have it on, sir. Like, I paid the money for these tickets, sir. She is on her own. She is a solopreneur right now. Like, she made decisions on her own. Like, Sir, I am happy here. I'm happy back here. I actually want her to leave so I can then enjoy myself more. He grabs her by the arm, like by the up under her elbow. Now she with me, so I ain't about to let nobody get manhandled under, my protection, if you will. So when he grabbed her by her arm, I put my hand on his chest and pushed him back. And I was like, look, fam, you need to chill. Like, it's not that serious. Let me talk to her. And so he like gets a little aggressive and sort of charges me like he was about to do something. Now, I was a little drunk, but I wasn't that drunk. You ain't about to just, nah, nigga, nah, nah. So he like tries to like grab my arm now and try to flip it around. I'm a big dude. If you gonna come, this is a business decision if you feel like you just about to manhandle me. So I flipped him around and had my arm under his neck, like up under my shoulder. And I'm like, dude, just chill. Like, it's not that serious. Like, and then 2 other security dudes come. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this bitch right here. So we now getting escorted back down the tunnel. Now, I'm like, look, it's not that serious. I'll get her to take it off. It's not that serious. This happens to be the same tunnel that Beyoncé is now coming down. So you see the security cars, like, everybody's like, move, sheriffs, move out the way, move out the way. We moving out the way. The dude who was trying to manhandle people falls, right? His security dude, I didn't trip him. I didn't do anything. The security dude sees him fall and they turn around thinking I done threw him on the floor. So they like try to grab me, right? And so at this point, I guess that was like red alert. So they grab Beyonce's team and they divert them down another hallway. Girl disappears again, like disappears. So now I got 4 or 5 security guards telling me I need to leave. I'm like, this is crazy. So Yellow, what's the rapper's name? And see, I don't be knowing all these rappers. So the rapper Yellow Beezy was coming my way forwards and the security dudes was walking behind me. I knew one of his like his manager or whatever. So his manager was like, hey, what's going on? That's my homie. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him what happened. He was like, look, he's cool. He, da, 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 da. And the dudes was like, look, we just got this word, he got to leave and whatever. So they like, he tried to speak on my behalf one more time. And, eventually Beyonce's team comes back down this walkway. So it's so much stuff going on. He like, just come on. So I walk back there and go back into the area, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm back into the concert area. I still don't see old girl, right? So the show starts, the opening acts perform, everybody's having a good time. I'm just in like the crowd on the floor at this point, right? She started texting me. She's like, hey, I'm out at the car. I can't just stay out here for the whole show. Fam, like, I don't even know what I was really supposed to do at this point because, like, she done caused all this trouble, but that part of me that's a good person, I hate it sometimes. Hey, I gotta see Jay-Z perform. I gotta see it. Once I see Jay-Z perform, then, you know, I mean, I'm not really a big Beyonce fan like that, but, you know, as long as I get to see Jay-Z perform, I'll be somewhat cool. So she had to sit out there for like an hour and a half, right? I ain't even gonna, fam, like, what would you expect me to do? I don't even know how she got out there because the security guards was all on me. She disappeared. So I guess one of the female guards did escort her out at that time, right? Or that's her story. That's what she said. So we get out there, we get in the car, we drive off. She's sort of like agitated, you know, trying to sort of like argue with me. And I'm like, ain't nothing really to argue about. I told you not to do it. I told you not to wear those shoes. I told you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally, there's nothing to argue about. You are a hard-headed individual, and this was not a date. So let's chill, right? Let's chill. And so she's, you know, we chilling. We got about, you know, 20 minutes to get to her house or whatever. And so she's fine. So she's just like, and then she starts apologizing. She goes into this whole emotional apologizing thing. And, you know, you were right. I shouldn't have wore it. I should have listened to you when you talked about the shoes, all this stuff. I don't know. It's just my last boyfriend. It was just, he was so controlling. He was just so controlling. Everything had to be his way. I never had like any saying things, and he used to just make me do everything. Like, I couldn't say anything. And I'm like, I mean, I get that, you know what I'm saying? But all I was doing was really just telling you I've been to these shows before, and, you know, you don't want to wear heels. She's like, you know, but it was just my last boyfriend. I mean, he was just so controlling. Like, he used to make me sleep with his friends. He used to make me do, you know, all kinds of illegal stuff and scamming and all this stuff. And at this point, I'm like, he used to what? He used to make you do, hold on. He used to make you sleep with his friends? You mean like camping? Like, what's happening right now? And she's like, no. He used to just like make me sleep with his friends and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, hold on, you a hoe? And she's like, no, I'm not a hoe. What would you say? It was money exchange. I don't know what the agreement was. Now, right now, y'all probably like, Tom, how do you keep getting yourself in these situations? And this is what I'm going to tell y'all, honestly. Look, with like my one dude with this, come here. Look, people have problems, okay? Everybody do. I have problems. I have things that I think that are normal that are not normal. When people aren't in your situation, they don't see it until they do see it. And I say that to say, we be real judgmental. We be heavy on the judgmental part. But at the end of the day, you who is watching this video right now, who like literally are clutching your pearls at this story that is about to make a hell of a turn, have problems. You have problems. So you need to chill on the judgment, because what you think is normal is not. But back to this crazy ass story. So now I'm like, so I'm trying to figure out, was she a prostitute, a hoe, or just stupid? And so she's just like, she's telling me just a little bit more about the situation with her boyfriend. And I'm like, it sounds like you was a prostitute. You know that, right? And she's like she's sort of having an epiphany. And I was like, well, how long has it been since you and this guy been together? And she's like, oh, it's been like about 5 years. And in my head, it goes back to when we was at the concert and like how some of these, you know, C+ celebrities were like winking and waving and all this stuff. And, oh, you know, I know them through this. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, in my head, so we get back to her crib. I'm really ready to just drop her off and just keep driving. And she's like, just come in, let's have a drink, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I really need to apologize and da-da-da-da-da. So we go in there, we chilling. I had another drink. Now, at this point, I was a little tipsy. I ain't even gonna lie. I was a little tipsy. I done had like probably like a gallon of Douce. And so she, you know, started, you know, massaging areas,